Welcome back, one and all, to Parasite Eve. Let's go ahead and save our day one progress as we move on to day two. Fusion. You alright? You ought to be resting. Wish I could, but I'm the only one who knows what happened last night. I've been gathering info on Melissa. She's got no relatives, no close friends. She was sick, often always on some kind of medication. Yeah, we read her diary. She seemed to be taking a lot of medication. People at the opera said they were amazed she could even stand on stage. Our apartment burned down right after the incident, so we have no info on her medication. So what's all this spontaneous combustion stuff about? It wasn't exactly spontaneous. People were actually set on fire. I mean, I don't want to quibble, but like, were they? Did someone douse them in lighter fluid and light a match? No, they just suddenly burst into flame. That sounds pretty damn spontaneous to me. Oh, come on. What, like one of those ESP things? I guess that's the best way to describe it for now. ESP, huh? For those who do not recall or are unaware, ESP stands for extrasensory perception. So just bear that in mind. I'm not buying it. Neither am I, Warner. But if you're right, how are we supposed to deal with something like that? Good question, Nix. I believe her. After all, I was the only witness so far. Eyewitness testimony is notoriously unreliable. But if you're going to take on a suspect like that, you better ask Baker for a better sidearm. I actually found a couple, and you want me to show you? Aya, do you have a license for those firearms? I read your report. Still hard to believe, but we can't deny all these deaths. We're going to go all out to solve this case. Make sure you're well equipped. Go down to the weapons department. Give this permit to Torres. He'll help you out. I don't know. For some reason, Baker sounds like a New York version of Winston Churchill in my head. Come back later. Also reminds me, like, if Detective Sipowicz made it to captain, perhaps? Nah. Nix. What you gotta say? But if you're right, how are we supposed to deal with something like that? I don't think they say anything. Yeah. So Baker gave us a mod permit that we can take down to Torres in the weapons department. And... oh, that's the captain's office. Way to not navigate around the police department there, Rogue. That door is painted on. When we're here at the station, Aya's desk here is where we can save. How do I get out of this room? Let me out. Let me out. No, seriously, how do I get out of here? No, that is the only door out of this room. Is it not? Am I going crazy? No. Game is gaslighting me. I can't believe the game would gaslight me like that. Anyway, restroom that we can't go into because that door's painted on. This is the lobby, the entrance over here. Weapons department? You didn't hit your head last night, did you? It's downstairs. We'll head down there in a minute. We can go upstairs. No real reason to. I believe it's evidence lockup, and it's a secure area. And if you try to go to the door, the guard there, or the officer there, just says, oh, authorized personnel only. Apparently we don't qualify, even though we're a badge-toting detective. But if we come over here... conference room. cryptic things on the chalkboard in there. Before there were whiteboards, there were blackboards and green boards, and there's another door on this side of the hallway that I just can't seem to find. Dagnabbit? Where's the... Nope. The room I'm thinking of is also downstairs. So I believe weapons department is at that end of the hallway over there. Don't remember if there's anything over here. It's the weapons department. Maybe the storage. Please go through the door, Aya. Thank you. And in here is the kennel with puppies. Wish I could give her a nice Christmas dinner. Can we read this logbook? Nope, can't get to the desk. I do like this music. It's jazzy. All right, and over here on this door, you've got the weapons department proper. This chest will, no, I don't think it auto-populates with anything. I think you can just find a tool there. I'll demonstrate how that works in a little bit. Medicine 1, you can always find a medicine in this chest. And then in this chest, there's ammo. Every time you leave the police station and then come back, you can get medicine and ammo. And you can abuse that if you wish. I won't. Hey there, good looking. Cut the crap, Wayne. Where's Torres? That Baldy? Who knows? So what'll it be? Shotgun? Rocket launcher? For those not aware, there is a lot of Japanese cultural influence on the dialogue. I know. Shocker. And calling someone a baldy, he's essentially calling him like a pervert or like a creepy old man. Wayne. Yes, sir. Idiots like you are the reason why guns won't disappear from this country. Get your butt back to weapons storage. You're far from ready to be handling guns in here. Okay, sheesh. Wayne's a bit of a cowboy. Torres, I need some equipment. For last night's case, heard it was quite a mess. But as long as cops rely on guns, criminals will too. That's a discussion that doesn't need to take place in my comments section. It's a vicious cycle. I hate to hand a weapon to a young cop like you, but I hear this isn't your ordinary crook. Guess I can't send you off empty-handed. Say, you can't actually carry any more equipment. Wayne, take some of her things and put them in storage. Yeah. You have something to say, officer? You back-talking me? No, sir. You want to leave something here? Yes, we do. We want to leave some items. We cannot otherwise get rid of key items, except to store them with Wayne. I'm also going to put this mod permit from Baker in here. The mod permit allows you to move the additional characteristics, like the bonus stats from a piece of weapon or armor. I think it's just weapon. It might just be weapons. Without destroying the item, if I recall correctly. Tools do that as well. You can move, parameters or, effects, but it destroys the item. So, like if there's two, like if you want the bonus stats and a special ability from a weapon, you don't use a tool. There are other ways to get what you want. The mod permit might be one of them. I cannot quite recall because it's been a while since I used, I don't want to sort my item, or I don't want to, I don't want to, lost my train of thought. Give him my armor or my other weapons just yet. This is the most powerful gun I can allow you to have, young lady. We get a freaking M16. That's right. The rifle that won Vietnam. Did we? Again, not really a discussion from my comment section. But this is the A1 edition. Captain Baker already notified me. Show me your mod permit again. I don't have it on me. I can't tune up your equipment without a permit. No exceptions. I don't need you to, Torres. Thank you very much. Don't tell Torres, but you can use your tool to tune up guns. You can rearrange equipment parameters and added effects to tweak your equipment. I could show you some cool tune-up techniques. And I'll be back. Okay. Yeah, the number of slots you have for modifications is something that is controllable by mod permits as well. You can have Torres add, modification slots or unlock them. Can't use them without bullets. Make sure you always have your club, and you cannot get rid of it. Now, why don't you leave the stuff you don't need with me? Discarding junk is something I will explain when it's more pertinent, but I don't want to do that right now. So what I do want to do is we are going to switch to the M16. Now, the M16, you can tell, like, these three over here are handguns. You can tell by the icon, right? The M16 is a rifle, and rifles typically have very high range stats, and usually decent magazine sizes compared to handguns. But the problem with rifles is that they are much slower. So Aya takes a longer time to fire those weapons. I also want to use the tool, which we do down here through this menu. And I want to move. I think I want to move. Do I want to modify weapon or armor first? Let's mod the weapon. I think this one. I'm going to take the stats here. Parameter will be moved, and M1911A1 will be lost. Is this okay? And yeah, I also lost the ammunition there, but I don't care. I will store the rest of my crap with Torres, or with Wayne here, excuse me. So we will store the P220. We will store the M84F. We cannot get rid of the club. Won't let us. Sad. I don't want to move the Kevlar vest because I want to equip it. I will move the N vest. And then I will equip the Kevlar vest. That is better than the N protector. I could have saved the PE boost that we got on day one for the Kevlar vest. I chose not to. So there we go. We are lean, mean, fighting machines. Got a few medicine ones, a cure poison. We could take those with us to what's happening next. But now that we've checked in with weapons, let's go see Baker. I wouldn't really call an M16 a sidearm, though. It's just me. Oh, come back later. Huh. Could have swore that going to Torres is all we needed to do. Maybe we talk to Daniel. I'm buying your story, Aya. Alright. How much you gonna pay for it? Okay. Oh, that's our plot item over there. Folks, say hi to a cute little boy. Hey there, you lost? Ben? Daddy! This is Daniel's son, Ben. He's a sweet kid. So this is Ben. Ben, this is Aya. Now, what are you doing here? Here, Daddy. Tickets. Oh, yeah. The concert. Sorry, son. Daddy's real busy today. I promise. I'll make up for... Fine! Oh. Little boys have quite the temper. Ooh. You have no idea. Unless you've raised one of your own. Whew. Guess every kid needs a mother. Well, that's not true. I was raised by my father, too, after my mother died. I'll always be grateful for him. Yeah, well, his mother's still alive. Really put your foot in it there, didn't you, Aya? Well, bugger. Alright, now that Ben's run off. Oh, yeah. They got divorced last year, before Aya was posted here. Kept saying every boy needs a father, so he fought for Ben's custody with Lorraine, his ex-wife. Well, he won, but being a cop, I doubt if he has time to spend with him. Oh yeah, Captain was looking for you. Alright, let's go see Winston. Winston Baker, that's his name now. Sir. You were looking for me? Yes. We're having a press conference now, and I want you there too. Me? That's right. You'll be on national television as the sole survivor of that incident. I see. But you will only answer when I ask you. But he must mean that she will only answer when he asks her to answer, right? The media is just looking for anything to grill us about. They may even turn you into a suspect. So you let me do the talking, understood? Yes, sir. Okay, then, let's go meet the press. So you're saying this could be the work of a terrorist? That is what we currently speculate. How about accounts of officers and firemen at the scene bursting into flames? That was due to a rare, highly flammable chemical which was used to start the fire. You smell that? Do you smell that, viewers? Smells like a cover-up. Another question. Then how did Detective Brea survive without so much as a minor burn? That is a result of her quick thinking and training as an officer. I'm asking her the question? She... Here we go. Start up your mitochondria counters. She said that my mitochondria were a mutation. Aya? Your mitochondria? Who said that? Melissa. No, she said she was Eve. But according to a report, Melissa Pierce was killed in the fire. Melissa did die. Her body has been taken over by this Eve. What's this Eve? Some kind of an alien?
People, please. She is very tired and we are still investigating. That'll be all for today.
Captain Baker, Detective Brea. No first names on the board.
Aya, I thought I told you not to say anything.
I'm telling the truth, sir.
That is not the point. Who's going to believe you? Also, you may or may not be able to handle the truth. You'll only stir up the media and cause people to panic.
Sir, she was only...
Baker here. Who? What does he want? Well, put him through then. This is Captain Baker. What? Me? You have to speak up. Yes? What?
I swear to God, all these NYPD cops are hard of hearing.
Yes, all right. Some Japanese scientist, I think, couldn't understand his English. He was raving about some Mito something. Says he's coming over here.
That one doesn't count. Mito? Is it Mitochondria? Start in with the music again. You mean that thing that makes energy from oxygen in the cell? Might have heard about that in school. Say it with me, folks. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. That's what Eve had said. That it's time for the mitochondria to be set free. Hey, I just read that some research at the museum wrote a new theory on them.
Sir, I'm taking Aya to go talk to this researcher. Go. Better get there before the media. May explain that phone call, too.
Yes, sir. Come on, Aya. I like Daniel. He's fun. He's a cool dude. He's a good partner. Now's a chance, if you want to, you can go visit Torres again, get your weapons tuned up. But otherwise, we'll just meet Daniel up front. He's bringing the car around. Hey, Desk Sergeant, what's up? What a case to have on Christmas, huh? And this is the map screen, I guess you could call it. So there's Carnegie Hall, and I'm making so many people mad because some people insist it's pronounced Carnegie, not Carnegie. I flip back and forth. Sometimes I'll say Carnegie, sometimes I'll say Carnegie. What do you think? Anyway, to the museum! If you hover on the map screen, it'll actually zoom in on the building and do like a circle. I really should have done that because there's a fun thing to show you on that, but I'll do it next time. We're going to the Museum of Natural History. Dr. Hans Klomp will be there. Dr. Klomp? What's his area of research? Well, according to papers, he's working on a new theory. Mitochondria something. But it seems to cover the whole genetic spectrum. That's odd to have a PhD and be working in a museum. Not as odd as you would think. A lot of museum curators have PhDs. PhDs are research degrees. We're hired to do all kinds of things. Well, he's pretty antisocial and doesn't like to waste time outside research. Sounds like a lot of PhDs I know. Oh, great. We're gonna have a grand time with this one. Yeah, I know where you're going with this. Just be careful this time, huh? Are you referring to the press conference? Yeah. Daniel, why do you kiss the chief's butt? You two joined the force at the same time, didn't you? Yeah, but that was years ago. Now he's my boss. That's right, Aya. There's this thing called rank. The captain outranks you two detectives. As such, he is entitled to a little bit of respect from you two detectives. Usually. Oh no, hey. Look at the little banner there in the middle. It's a chocobo. Been a while since I've visited the museum. The world of dinosaurs. So, kind of fitting that there's a chocobo banner on the museum, considering that it's a dinosaur exhibit, and the current hypothesis is that, dinosaurs evolved into birds, or I should say, birds evolved from dinosaurs, perhaps. Dinosaur exhibit. Love these things when I was a kid. Yeah, you and my 3-year-old both. Huh, looks like it's closed today. Yeah, you got a badge. Well, let's see what that security guard can do for us. How did you hear Daniel from all the way over there, but when people are 2 feet from you, you're like, what? Hey there, how you doing? Doing okay, pretty cold day. How about yourself? Well, we're here with the NYPD, looking for Dr. Clamp. He works here, doesn't he? Sure does. As a matter of fact, he's up there in his room right now. Christmas Day, the man is doing research in his office. He would make so many PIs that I know from grad school so happy. They would love to have a grad student who was working all the time. Did he do something? Nah, we just want to talk to him, that's all. Thank you. Shouldn't take long. Place is pretty creepy without any people. You'll find him in the research lab on the 2nd floor. You'd be surprised how many museums have research labs, viewers. And not all research involves like a traditional chemical lab. He's been pretty busy for the past few weeks. Doesn't come out ever. Thanks. Like, history researchers don't necessarily need a quote-unquote chemical lab like you would think of. Oh, by the way, could you sign in? It's policy. Lets us keep track of who comes in. Thanks, Aya. Oh, gee, Daniel, you sure you don't want to run down here and do it yourself? Aya, are you commenting on your partner's weight? It sounds like you're making a snide comment about Daniel's weight. No books on the counter. Thanks. All right, we'll sign in here. Just my name? Yep, that should be enough, unless you want to leave your number too. Just hope this place doesn't explode or anything one of these days, I missed what he said. Hey, just between us, the doctor's a bit, just be careful. I apologize if I slip in and out of a bad New York accent. Funnily enough, in my many, many years of life, I've never been to New York City. Hey, it's open. Let's check this out. Dr. Clamp. Sorry, I was mesmerized by the musicality of the keyboard here. Just take it. It's pretty... it's gonna sink in. Dr. Clamp! I hear you. We're with the NYPD. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Yeah, what he's doing right there, it looks like computational research. Professor, we're looking for clues concerning the incident which occurred. Are you accusing me? Hmm? What? This again? What is this? Sephiroth? No. This man. I know him. I think. What's wrong? Are you okay, Aya? Yeah. I'd like to ask you about the mitochondria research you've been doing. NYPD, huh? Why are you interested in my work? The suspect mentioned that the mitochondria would be set free. Now, do you... That suspect ignited people without laying a finger on them. It transformed into some kind of creature and ran off. Since she mentioned mitochondria, we were hoping you could supply us with some info. You two have absolutely no idea what the true mitochondria is like. Do you? The mitochondria possesses its own unique genetic code. Now that's true. Its own? Are you saying it's a separate organism? What Dr. Clamp is referring to is mitochondrial DNA. A lot of times in cop drama shows that you might see on the television, mitochondrial DNA can be used for quote-unquote DNA profiling. Problem there. Mitochondrial DNA is passed down in the maternal bloodline. So, every single one of you viewers have your mother's mitochondrial DNA. Your mother has her mother's mitochondrial DNA. And so forth. Its own. You saying it's a separate organism? Precisely. Kinda like a parasite or something, huh? Parasite. It's an interesting way of describing this most fascinating creature. We cannot live without the mitochondria. Do you understand? The mitochondria creates energy for us. Without it, we are nothing. We are here because the mitochondria allows us to be here. Our brain, for example, the brain functions due to the interaction between axons and dendrites. This interaction is possible due to the energy the mitochondria provides. Did you know that the mitochondria is capable of discharging 200,000 volts of electricity? This not only pertains to electrical discharge, but also applies to heat energy as well. Heat? Then the combustions last night were dots. For a human to burn and melt, 1,600 degrees of heat must be generated. Degrees what? Kelvin? Celsius? Fahrenheit? They are not all the same. There are several hundred mitochondria present within a single cell. If all the mitochondria in the body began functioning at the same time, a tremendous amount of energy would be generated and released. Melting a human into a puddle of fluid would be a simple task with so much energy. So you're saying the mitochondria ignited these people? Professor, you may be right in that we need the mitochondria to live. But in the end, we're just using them for energy, right? Ha! You have no idea. The mitochondria has control over an organism's growth. Take this hand, for example. Before we're born, the hand is merely a glob of flesh. But when cells between the fingers deteriorate, that's when the first fingers form. When the cells which make up the body aren't needed anymore, it receives a signal to die. That is a process, that is a genuine process called apoptosis. This signal is initiated by the mitochondria. Now, I do not remember if that's true. When it is relayed, the genetic information in the nucleus is cut off and, in essence, dies. The same can be said for aging. The mitochondria mutates 10 times faster than cells. Of course, this also applies to mutant forms of mitochondria as well. When too many mutant mitochondria multiply, energy production level decreases. The decrease in energy production is associated with the aging process. I do not believe that is the current hypothesis. I believe the current hypothesis involves telomeres, which are sequences at the end of the chromosomes. I'm not going to get into the specifics. So, are you still stupid enough to say that we are the higher species? But you're not saying that the mitochondria is doing all this consciously, right? When I said that the mitochondria could mutate 10 times faster than normal cells, I also meant they could evolve at a rate 10 times faster. Since the beginning of creation, the mitochondria has been evolving at this rate. It's no surprise if they possess a power beyond our cognition. No surprise at all. Dots. Let me tell you something. There was a scientist who tried to determine the mutation rate of mitochondria. That scientist was named Clump. End of story. No. With this, the scientist wanted to establish a connection with human ancestry. In 1987, it was announced that the root of all humans can be traced to a single woman in Africa. This finding was announced around the world. Oh yeah, I'm aware of this announcement. You know, she lived there with her Cylon mother and her human father, and I'm mixing my sci-fis again. And with this, the mitochondrial theory spread like wildfire. You know what they call the root of it all? Mitochondria Eve. Splendid name, just incredible. Eve? The suspect in yesterday's case called herself Eve. What? Hey, if you know anything, you better not be holding back on us. She called herself Eve. Sorry, but I've told you what I know. I'd like to return to my studies now. I believe you know the way out. You better explain what the heck is going on here. Daniel, forget it. Let's just go. This keyboard typing, the beat of it, right up there with the pause theme for Battletoads, in my opinion. In its catchiness. Daniel, that kind of language is not necessary on this channel. Our mitochondria counter just went crazy. Now it's night. Apparently that took all morning. All day. Back to the 17th precinct we go. What the heck is wrong with that guy? I can't stand him. You know, I had a moment with that, like that with Mrs. Rogue this evening. Oh, I was so incensed. Dots. That man, I've seen him before, but I can't remember where. The ellipses are starting to get to me. It's Daniel. What? Okay, we'll be right there. Aya, looks like we got a break in the case. What? I said it looks like we have a break in the case. My God, woman, do you need a hearing aid? We gotta get back to the station, Aya. Hang on, I'm kicking this into turbo. You see the little red button, rookie? Push the little red button. Or just turn on the lights and sirens. Flash them berries and cherries. Eddie's typing is not quite so musical. It's close, but it's not quite as musical as Dr. Clump's. Or Clamp. The whole place is going nuts. Wonder what's happened. Good question, Kathy. Let's go talk to Daniel and find out. What's up, Daniel? I had no control over that. We're starting the meeting. What meeting? Nobody even bothered to tell us there was a meeting. Yeah, hi. We're putting a new cover sheet on our TPS reports. Sorry, different story. Who wrote on that chalkboard? Their handwriting is that of a kindergarten. Calm down, Rogue. Calm down. It's one of those weird things that you get oddly upset about. Melissa's solo concert was scheduled for today. She had disappeared after last night's incident and the concert was cancelled. But people are still gathering at the stage. We must not let another massacre happen again. Concert is at the Central Park Amphitheater. Central Park? Do we need an escort? I mean, I hear the Central Park Rangers are kind of scary. What is it, Daniel? Ben and Lorraine. They're at that concert. What? Daniel. Screw you, Bacon. My son's in danger. Daniel. Aya? Watch his back. Sir. Hey, we get another mod permit that I'm going to immediately take down to Torres and hand to Wayne to hold on to for us. Daniel's gonna go to the car. We don't need to go to the car. Rogue looks at the recording time and says, holy cow, that's long. When are you gonna let me tune up the guns? I didn't ask to be assigned here to watch over the warehouse all day, you know. As long as you see guns as toys, you'll never touch them. Hey, I know I can make a stronger gun than you. That's not the point, Wayne. Guns aren't supposed to be stronger, you numbskull. They're supposed to be safer. Fine, you geezer. All right, let's just hand this to Wayne. Hand him that mod permit. And I guess we'll pick up some ammo. Why not? It's here. And then we will go meet Daniel out in the car. Next time on Let's Play Parasite Eve. Till then, I've been the Arcane Rogue, and as always, I hope you have a wonderful day.